As inflation continues to take a toll on your wallet, experts say now is the time to have a financial plan in place to help you navigate all the craziness we're dealing with. So joining us to talk about tips is Meghan Trask, who is a partner at Connecticut Wealth Management. Meghan, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Of course, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Very important details that we're going to discuss. Right in the thick of summer now, a lot of people making plans, travel plans, going to the gas stations, going to get groceries, traveling. I mean, you really notice the inflation. It's hard to ignore. Have we seen the worst of it? Can people expect this to get worse as we move through the summer?
Really good question. And to your point, what makes inflation such a tough economic issue is the fact that everybody experiences it. You take out your credit card for anything you buy, you're seeing prices go up. I think one thing to keep in mind is that inflation is an individualized impact though, right? So there's a lot of data that shows most of us don't drive all that far. You might live a couple of miles from work. So although gas prices are a lot higher, it might not have the impact on your budget that you think. Categories like healthcare and education, they're not up as much as some other categories. Depending on your stage of life, that actually might be a bigger part of your budget. The good news is that we have a really strong labor market. People are keeping their jobs and wages are rising. So hopefully that continues so that people can weather this inflation storm.
And you mentioned the labor market. What are some of those places we should be looking to get a sense of how things are going? Because we've been hearing this word recession tossed around a lot. Where can we be looking to see how the financial situation is going?
Just as you said, job market is definitely a key indicator. You know, it's really interesting. We have a lot of surveys out there that gauge how people are feeling about the economy. And the surveys are telling us that people are not optimistic. Consumer sentiment is very low, back to 2008 financial crisis lows. But if you ask people individually how they're doing, most people are doing okay because they've kept their jobs, wages are going up. There's more in savings accounts than there has been in a long time. People's home prices are worth more than they have been in a really long time. All of those things bode well for the economy and may keep recession at bay. And even if we do end up entering a recession, those factors might help to keep it a mild one. Unfortunately, I kind of like to use the term necessary evil. Recessions are a part of full market cycles. So typically, while we don't like to see them, they typically can't be avoided.
And that word recession, it's been tossed around a lot lately. Yeah. Is that something you think is inevitable right now?
I don't know if I'd go as far as to say inevitable because of some of that. There are a lot of data points that are pretty strong in favor of maybe avoiding it. But again, even if we do enter one, the key is part of full market cycles. Having a plan in place is really what helps people weather through events like that we can't predict and can't be avoided.
And another data point is the stock market. What is that telling us right now?
Yes. So as of 2 weeks ago, we officially entered a bear market, which means the stock market has declined by 20%. If we look back through history, on average, these types of bear markets have lasted about 13 months. So depending on your kind of time horizon or how you view the world, some people are like, okay, maybe we're halfway through, that's a good thing. And other people say, gosh, we could have 6 months left. There's also a lot of good data out there that shows once we do hit that 20% decline level, the bottom might not be that far away. Again, good signs that perhaps in terms of the stock market, we could be getting closer to a bottom.
So we're talking about a lot of uncertainty right now, and you mentioned having this plan in place, making sure you have this financial plan in place. Why is that so important? What's your advice to wrap things up to people watching at home to kind of weather all these uncertainties?
Yeah, that's really the critical piece. You have to invest, you have to approach life knowing that these types of events can happen. So having a plan that accounts for bear markets, that accounts for recessions is critical. Matching your situation, what you need from your portfolio and when, with your investment plan really is the key.
Really important information. Meghan Trask, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks
really appreciate it. Thank you so much.